Alright, today we're going to do 7-6 systems of linear inequalities. So just like 7-5, you're just graphing the inequality, but now you're going to do two of them on the same graph, okay? But we'll just take one at a time. So this first one, y is greater than 2x minus 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, put a point at -5. We're going to go up 2, over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2. On these, you pretty much have to use the whole graph. And since it's greater than, then it's a dashed line. Okay? And since it's y is greater than, it's going to be shaded towards the top. Okay? And then this next one, we have to solve a little bit, which I know you guys don't like, but you really need to work on it. Okay, so we have to solve for y, so we're going to subtract 3x. So 4y is less than 12 minus 3x. Divide everything by 4. So y is less than, this would become, oh, put a 4 and a 4. This would become 3 minus 3/4 x, okay? I'll probably rewrite it so that my slope is first, but you don't have to. So now our y-intercept is 3, so 1, 2, 3. Our slope is -3 over 4. 1, 2, oops, I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, well now I can't see it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 right here. Okay, so ignore that other one. We'll do that. Okay. All right, and then that's the same as going up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it'd be over here. Okay, and it's less than, and so, sorry, my phone just went off. So it's dashed, and it's shaded below, which would be down here. So the solution would be all of this right here. So when you do this, as long as I can tell, okay, so that means all of these points, it's where they're both shaded. All of these points would be solutions to this system, okay? Okay, on this one we don't have to solve for anything, all right? So the first one right here, we go down 2, and then we go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, down. Okay, and it's dashed again, and it's shaded above. And I'm just going to tell you guys, do one and then the other. Don't try to graph them both and then shade. It gets confusing. Okay. The second one, it starts at 3, 1, 2, 3, and goes down 1 to the right 3, down 1 to the right 3. And it's going to be solid. Whoops. It's going to be solid because it's less than or equal to. Okay, and less than, so it's below. Okay, so this will be your answer. As long as I can see that that's darker than the others, then you're good. Okay, so all those points, including this line right here, are included in that, those solutions. So that's, you don't actually have to write a point, you just show me the graph. Okay, now what about y is less than 2? So since there's no x, that means it's a special, remember it's a special line. Okay, so y is less than x is either horizontal or vertical. Okay, so you go to the 2 on the y-axis, and it goes through the y, but it's going to be dashed because it's not less than or equal to. And since it's less than, we're going to shade down here. Okay? On this next one, our y-intercept is -1, and our slope is up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So sometimes you got to go a little farther. This one, down 1 over 2, down 1. So on these, again, you might have to go a little farther. And this one is solid, like this. And its y is greater than or equal to, so that's why it's solid. And greater than is right here. Okay? Well, actually, it would go up here, but the actual solution is where they both are. So it's right here in the middle. Okay, all of this is the solution. Okay, okay, so on this word problem, suppose you need $2.40 in postage to mail a package to a friend. You have 9 stamps, some $2 or 20 cents, some 34 cents. How many of each do you need to mail the package? So the first equation is going to be the number of stamps I have. So I have X plus Y, X of the first kind, Y of the second kind, and it's not equals because these are inequalities. It has to be less than or equal to 9 because that's just how many I have. I don't have 10, so it can't be greater than 9. My other one is going to be the money. So 20 cents, so 20x, and I just made it 20. I multiplied it by 10. I multiplied it by 100 to make it 20 so we don't have to deal with decimals. 20x plus 34y. Now this can be greater than or equal to 240, so I just moved my decimal over on all of these is where I got those, okay? Because you can just multiply if you multiply everything by the same number. Okay, with that, it can be greater than because it doesn't say you only have $2.40. You can pay more, okay? And since you only have a certain amount of stamps, you might end up paying more a little bit, okay? So when I go to solve it, I got to solve these for y. So I just am going to subtract my x. Okay, so y is less than or equal to negative x plus 9. Okay, and then over here, we're going to subtract our 20x, subtract 20x. 34y is greater than or equal to negative 20x plus 240. Divide everything by 34. They're kind of nasty numbers, but I'll let you round. Okay. Y is greater than or equal to, and we're going to make this just negative 10 over 17x plus, I believe this is about 7, I believe. Yeah, it's 7.05 for today. We're just going to round it to that. Okay. Now, this graph will be a little hard because it's not big enough. Okay, and we're only going to use the first quadrant because you can't have a negative amount of stamps. Okay, so here we're going to go on this first one right here. We're going to go up 9. So we're going to go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, just so it'll fit. Okay, and then our slope is down 1 to the right 1. Well, here, since each line is 2, it's kind of like going down a half over a half, down a half over a half, kind of like this. Okay, yours you'll have room on your graph. And it's less than or equal to, so it's solid. Okay, and we only shade below, but we're only dealing with the first quadrant because, again, we can't have negative. We're not going to go into the negatives. Okay, then over here, okay, to graph this, it's a little harder. So I'm going to use a red. We're going to go up to 7, so 2, 4, 6, again going by 2s. We're right here. But then we got to go down 10 over 17, so it's obviously going to go over the, out of the graph, but that's okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We'll say it's about right here. Okay. And we will, and it is a solid as well. And it's going to cross, let's say right there. Okay. There we go. Now this one is above, greater than. So it would be shaded up here. Okay, so really the solution is right in here. Okay, so what this is you could buy, since X is your 20-cent stamps, so you could buy 2 20-cent, like if you picked a point right in, let me get a different color. If you picked, you know, a point right in here, you could get 2 20-cent stamps and 2, 4, 6, 8, or 7 34-cent stamps. Okay, you could, any of these combinations in here would work, is what I'm saying. Okay, so that is how you do that. Basically, we're just worried about the graph.